Hello everyone and welcome to Union Arena here in the Tabletop Simulator. We're here in the final, and as you can see, here are our two candidates. First, we have, no surprise, the Blue Sukuna. He's one of the strongest decks, even after the limitations, which I will talk about soon. And on the other side, we have the Purple Mahito, which is kind of an underdog deck. It's pretty rush heavy, and it's really fun to play. So as mentioned, this Sukuna deck is a little bit too strong in the meta. So it was hit by some limitations. First, I think they were that you cannot run the Searcher Yuji and this Sukuna together in the deck. But I think now it changed to that you can only run two of these 4-cost Sukunas in the Jujutsu Kaisen deck. So to fix this limitation, we will just remove two of the 4 Sukunas that I will run and replace them with two of the Yujis, Raid Yujis. So let's begin the final. We have Curse Spirit Mahito on the red side with the Transfigured Humans and Self-Embodiment of Pain. It's a pretty fun deck and pretty strong. And on the blue side we have the Blue Sukuna. Again, I removed two of the 4-cost Sukunas because of the limitation and replaced them with the Raid Itadori. But other than that, the deck is still the same and it's still one of the strongest decks in the current meta. So let's throw the dice to see who will go first. 2 for red and 1 for blue, which means that the Mahito will go first. Okay, let's start the final. First turn on the Mahito side. We will gain 1 action point, and we will use this to play the 0-cost Transfigured Human into the energy area main. I can give someone minus 1000 battle points, but I need to rest and retire this character. Let's refresh and end our turn. Okay, the Sukuna will gain 2 action points and draws an additional card. We have 2 0-costs on board, and we have the double energy Yuji, which is pretty good. So first we will play the 0-cost Nobara into the energy line. On play activates, draw 1 card, place 1 card from your hand to the outside area. Draw 1 card. We don't have a finger, right? Yeah. Let's drop him into the outside area for now, I think, because we don't need him at the moment. And then let's just play the Yuji to the energy area. Okay, refresh and end our turn. Okay, we gain 2 action points too and draw 1 card. There's not really a lot of things to do in this early turn, so I will just play. I will move him to the front line. I will play another one of him, and I will play the 1 energy Transfigured Human to get 2 energy generation. Again, this is a rush deck, so you want to do damage pretty early. We're gonna swing 1000, there's no one on the front line, so we can take a damage, and this is a draw trigger. Right, let's refresh and end our turn. We will stay at 2 action points, draw another card. Another double energy generation. We have 1 finger, which I think I will use. I will use my first Sukuna finger. I will rest the active Yuji on my hand, on my field. Draw 1 card and choose up to 1 action point and set it back to active. Draw 1 card, action point back to active. I will keep the Sukunas here in the outside area so I can count them easier. Okay, then let's play the Searcher Yuji, I think. 2 energy, look at the top 5 cards, reveal up to 1 Sukuna thing and add it to your hand, and if I add a card to my hand, I need to bottom deck 1 card. So let's search the top 5. We found a finger, and we don't bottom deck. We're not bottom decking any other finger, which is pretty good. So first we bottom deck these, take the finger to our hand, and then we will bottom deck one of the double energy generation UG, because he has 2 action point cost. Okay. We could activate the finger and take a life card, but I just want to save my life as much as possible. Which means I will just play... Actually, I will use the domain expansion now. 2 action points back to active. And I will play the double energy generation UG, so we have 5 energy next turn. On play, choose up to 1 character on your opponent's front line with 3000 battle points or less. If you have 2 mana, return the chosen character to the hand. Can I swallow the words there? I can return him to the hand because we have 2 fingers, no, 1 finger. I use my 2 action points for this. I can refresh and end the turn. Alright, let's gain our first action point, third action point, draw an additional card. I will spend 1 action point to draw an additional card. Okay, same thing here. I will move him to the front line. Then I will play another energy generation here. And we just play another energy generation here and save up the domain expansion for the next turn. Again, there's no one on the front line, so we can just freely swing with this one and take 1 damage. We have Sukuna get trigger. Okay, let's refresh here and end our turn. Okay, on the Sukuna side we will also gain 1 more action point. Losing life cards early is not that bad because we are looking for the fingers. We'll move someone to the front line. Let's see. I don't need to move him to the front line, I think. I drew this card, right? Yeah. So let's just use another of the Sukuna finger. We will rest this UG. Then draw 1 card and set 1 action point back to active. The double energy Sukuna, okay. It's really rare when you play this character. I would suggest only running like maximum of 2 of them in the deck, but like if you use his on play with 4 fingers, it's like really strong. Let's start to rate this UG. We have 5 energy, so we can use this Sukuna. On play, I can freeze 1 character on my opponent's front line. And then I can look at the top 5 cards of my deck and reveal up to 1 Sukuna finger or Malevolent Shrine and add it to my hand. Do we hit something? No, we don't hit anything. So we need to bottom deck all of these. Then let's use the next action point to go back up to 5 energy generation. So we can raid again with the Sukuna. I can freeze him again, but it doesn't really matter. Then look at the top 5 cards. We got a finger. Yeah, we just got a finger. No shrine. Okay, let's bottom deck these. And add the finger to my hand. Yep. Okay. Let's move to the attack phase. Swing 4K with the Sukuna. My opponent cannot block because it's rested. He will have a get trigger. Swim with the other Sukuna. Again, he cannot block and it will not be a trigger. Okay, let's refresh everyone and move to the end phase. He will not become active, but we can draw a card. Let's spend 1 action point to draw an additional card because we need the raid Mahito. That could be okay too. Then we use the domain expansion now. Set 2 of them back to active. Let's then play just a JJK on play on the NFJ area. We'll give one of the Sukunas minus 1000 battle points. And then we will raid the JJK. Set to active. And move to the front line. I can KO one opponent's character with 3000 battle points or less. She will be one of the Sukunas. And then let's just play the Geto. We will KO, we will sacrifice this card. On playability, you may retire one of your characters on your area, and then I can look at the top 6 cards, reveal up to 2 cursed spirit cards among them and add them to my hand. And the rest will be placed into the outside area. 6. We hit a lot of Mahitos. This one was double energy, but I probably need to take both of these, otherwise I will lose all of them. The rest will be placed in the outside area. These can be taken to my hand. Okay. Let's move to the attack phase. Swing 4k. My opponent wants to keep the Sukuna on board, so he just decides to take a damage. And we get the Malevolent Shrine, which is pretty good. Okay, let's refresh here and end our turn. Alright, we draw. We have 2 fingers in our outside area, and there's another finger here. I think I will use this finger first. Rest is Yuji. Draw 1 card and set 1 card action point back to active. Now we have 4 fingers. We want to play the Shrine. Actually, let me move this character to the front line. And then after the finger, we will play the Yuji into the energy area. Look at the top 5 cards, reveal up to 1 Sukuna finger and add it to your hand. If I added a card, I need to bottom deck someone, but I don't get one. So we bottom deck all of these. Then we have 4 energy, which means we can play the Malevolent Shrine. And for the last one, we will play the Divergent Fist. Choose up to 1 frontline character, bounces to the hand. If there's a Yuji in my area, I can sideline it instead. I have a Yuji here, so I can sideline this character. Then we will rest the Shrine. I have 3 fingers in my outside area, so I can give him sniper and damage, double damage. I will choose this Sukuna and move to the attack phase. Swing 4k double damage first. And we will hit 2 cards, no trigger, and a get trigger. And then we swing 2k with this Ino. Someone in the front line, and there will be not a trigger. Alright, let's refresh and end our turn. Okay, over here on Mahito side we will draw 1 card. We need to raid this turn. First, we will use this effect, rest this card, retire this card, to give this Sukuna minus 1000 battle points. Then we will play the Mahito in the energy area, back at 4 energy. We will play the Idle Transfiguration. Choose up to 1 character on your frontline, on your opponent's frontline with 3000 battle points or less, and retire it. You may place the top 3 cards of your deck to the outside area. If you did, and if there's a Mahito on your area, play up to 1 transfigured human character from my hand or outside area set to active. So we will KO this Sukuna. Then we have a Mahito on our field, which means we place the top 3 cards into the sideline. And then I can play a Transfigured Human active, which will be this one. Play as active on the front line. And then for the last one, we will raid one of the Mahitos. We will raid the Mahito, move him to the front line. Activate the on-blade ability. I will give him minus 2500. Put him into the outside area. And then add up to 1 trade Transfigured Human or Self-Embodiment of Perfection card from the outside area to my hand. Search. Is there Self-Embodiment of Perfection here? No. So we will just add one of the Transfigured Human to our hand, which will be this one. Back to our hand, right? Yep, okay. Let's move to the battle phase. Swing first with the Mahito, because there could be a special trigger here. Active trigger, doesn't do anything, there's no one on the front line. Then let's swing with this one, 2500. Draw trigger. Right, let's refresh and end our turn. We can draw 1 card. This is the last finger. Okay, let's use one of the action points. Play the last Sukuna's finger. We will rest as Yuji and draw 1 card. Oh, there's the Sukuna. Set it back to active. We had 5 energy. I wish we had the other Sukuna though. Then I will raid the Yuji, move him to the front line, on blade, draw 2 cards, and place 1 card from behind to the outside area. Oh, there's another Sukuna. Divergent Feather. Let's drop. Let's drop him. Okay, 5000, impact 1 and ding. Okay, then we play a Divergent Fist, KO 5k, which will be this Mahito. And then let's just play and double energy Yuji into the energy area. So we have 6 energy in total and we could potentially play him next turn. Let's rest this shrine and give him all the abilities. So he has double damage, sniper and impact 1. It doesn't really matter if he snipe or not because my opponent will block this anyway, so we're gonna snipe this character and hit for impact 1. It's a get trigger. 2 life left. I hope I can defend this and next turn we just win. Okay, let's refresh and end the turn. Okay, we draw 1 card. I think my opponent, myself did a mistake because it might be possible to win. Question is how. Let's move him to the front line. Let's play a Mahito in the energy line. Then let's play the Jogo. On play, give him minus. Oops, not yet. Give him minus 1000. He is at 3000 because only in the opponent's turn he will get plus 1000 battle points. And then raid the Jogo. Move to the front line. KO the Sukuna. We have 2 attacks, my opponent has 2 lives, so it just depends on the triggers now. We will swing with Jogo first. We will hit for 1 life. Ho ho ho, final trigger. if that would have been the last card, it would be GG. So I'm pretty sure this game is over. 2500, and there cannot be another final trigger. No, color trigger. If this would have been above the final trigger, it would have saved him. But yeah, it didn't. So unfortunately, the Sukuna actually lost in the final, and the Mahito won. Barely, with 1 life points left and a raid trigger of Jogo. I think if you start to rush really early, then the opponent cannot do a lot of things. So this deck is like really good if you can rush like early. However, I think I should have moved someone else to the front line, and I played this one on the energy line, an example. Yeah, that was a mistake. I shouldn't have played this in the energy line. I should have played one more character on the front line. That was stupid. So if I didn't do the mistake, I think I would have won next turn. Like, we could have blocked one more attack. We couldn't have got rid of it, and then we have like Sukuna with impact 1, and our last trigger was the Ray Jogo, which means the Sukuna would have won, if not by the misplay. But yeah, I'm not like a professional, so unfortunately. Whatever, if you enjoyed this video, just leave a comment. That was the final. The Mahito won, but like, if I didn't do a mistake, the Sukuna would have won. But I think that both of these decks are like really strong. But the Blue Sukuna deck is still like one of the strongest decks in the meta at the moment. Yeah. See you next time. See you in the next video.